Just one of those unlucky players, I think, Nigel, don't you? Things happen. Bad things happen.
Well.
Howlett forward, Hardingham held on to, and then Bauer to Russell. Hamill didn't go far. Watson are behind.
I tell you what, it's a good thing John Elliott isn't still president of Carlton, because if they lose this game, he would have gone off. It remains to be seen what they do.
Thanks, that's it there. That's okay, clear one.
Well, he couldn't say much about Neagle's kick, John Elliott. From Carlton's point of view, he got the lucky break, didn't he?
Well, but it hurts Carlton, doesn't it? I mean, that's a couple now. Denied that goal to Waite, which appeared to be a goal, and then... well, yeah, I see what you're saying. Quite right.
I was wondering where you're going with that one, Dennis.
I thought Bruce was getting lateral on me.
So Howlett's kick, speaking of that, yeah, that's a terrific mark, Hill. So the third time he's had a mark within maybe kicking distance in this quarter. It's been one of the strangest nights, I reckon. Hill to fall forward. Ryder almost. Watson couldn't quite, and then Monfries and Watson. Hurley's on the right side, couldn't get that left foot away. He's had one of his nights too.
Let him up now! Paddy, you watch them! Your free kick, Marcus. Paddy, stay, take it easy, okay? Thank you. Go away, go away.
Hurley's footy. Hurley, eh?
Play on.
So Davies back to Bauer.
Bauer drives it towards the outer side. Knocked away by Hooker, close to the boundary line. It runs out of bounds. That is a sinking feeling, actually, Bruce, when you're developing a theory and halfway through it you realise the stupidity of it. I just felt sunk.
Don't you worry about it, Dennis.
Oh, yeah. So boundary. I've got to draw diagrams now to see who's kicking which way. Keep me in touch. Behind the pack, it's taken by Ellard. Slips a hand pass away. Carrazzo did well. Grigg. Off his step, high ball, down towards half forward. Murphy, was that a free kick?
Throw that in.
No.
Essendon very lucky that ball's ended up out of bounds. Chris Judd was in the middle of the ground absolutely by himself. Carlton just need to get the ball in his hands.
Well, Murphy looked stiff. So we're still on that half-time margin after all the happenings of the third quarter. Howlett, well done, Judd again. Maybe lucky to be in the right place, right time. But Simpson's high ball. Hurley belts it away. There's Judd again contesting with Watson. The two captains have been wonderful. Hooker, well, he took it up the front from Simpson there.
Go through. Fend off to the face. Free kick.
Well, I think it was just an instinctive reaction from Hooker with Simpson attacking him with a shirt front.
Play on, play on.
Simpson taking the man on, getting around Howlett, couldn't quite. And then Judd and Fletcher, still Judd. 1, 2, 3 tackles on him. Fletcher coughs it up. Grigg with a little left foot at a full forward. Garlett, well done Hocking. Hurley's got to be careful. Winderlick, Garlett, Hurley. It's nerve-wracking. Hurley gets it over the top to Howlett. They're not quite out of danger. Robinson. Combative Robinson hooks it back to full forward. Lots of bombers from the side. Henderson, Winderlick arches his back, takes them on. Watson's handball, pressure.
Great tackle by Joseph.
No fire. He didn't work a long time in football. I thought Michael Hurley was magnificent at centre-half back last week. This week, every time he gets the footy, it's a fair chance he's going to give it back. Just looks really shaky tonight.
Bounce in the pocket over the top. Warnock lays it down into the path of Betts. Can they get a late goal, Carlton? Stanton's got other ideas. Hand passes out of bounds.
And just on Michael Hurley, I reckon he gained a lot of confidence early by taking marks from the opposition kicks. He looked almost like the forward playing in the back line. This time, his preferred defensive option has been a spoil, so he's not getting those confidence pills, if you like.
Thrown in, knocked down by Warnock. Judd once more into the action. Tackled, held to him, and the umpire will ball it up this time.
Just been a high tackling game. Essendon have had 70 tackles, 80 tackles in a whole game. He's really good. So they're heading for that, and Carlton are 60 plus.
Warnock over the top. Prismal kicks it out towards the wing. Time enough for both clubs to score another goal. Gibbs finessing, did well. Joseph Carrazzo falling to the ground. Went looking for Simpson, out of bounds, and the clock stops at 53. So the margin was 22 at half-time. And that's where we are now. So despite the best intentions and efforts of Essendon in what's been a very controversial quarter, first half ended in controversy as well. We'll hear more about all those elements, I think. They've made no inroads, Essendon. Ball up.
Carlton got to 28 points, and now the Bombers then got it back to 11.
And just sending Jared Waite down as the loose man in defence for this last 45 seconds.
So Judd clearing the path, Simpson just spraying it out. So maybe one last chance, the Bombers with the ball in hand, but they're a long way from goal. And Hurley's been a bit nervy with it all night. Zaharakis, no real impact from him tonight. Big decisions here for the Bombers. How risky can they play this? They don't know, obviously. There's only 20 seconds to go, but one goal here would make such a difference to their chances. And they're still a long, long way away from it. Hooker, not quite. Getting down low, Robinson. So that's going to be the same margin as it was at half-time. They made a run at the Essendon, but Carlton fought back. And at three-quarter time on Friday night footy, you still feel like the Bombers have got a little sniff. But the Blues lead it as they've done for much of the night by 22 points, 86 plays 64.
So everything to play for. Judd still leading all comers with 21 possessions. I doubt we'll see a 30 or 30 plus tonight. Not that sort of game. Warnock tries to knock it down to Judd. Hadley's been handy. Goes back to Russell, feeds it forward. Carrazzo drives it down inside the forward 50. Dempsey backs his judgment. Comes up, shins it away. Still going. Ellard in the opposite direction. Robinson flying over the top. Judd again in the action. He's claimed immediately, and the umpire will ball it up.
She's covered some territory tonight. Judd hasn't. He's got from one contest to the other so quickly. First goal, obviously, a key here. Essendon have got to put some scoreboard pressure on.
He's foot freak. Play on, play on.
Well, the advantage given after the trip, and Carrazzo's given it a ride and kicked a goal.
And good positive team building stuff there of the boys getting around Carrazzo for the goal. I think the intensity from the outset's been there for the Blues. The tackling's been up. Some of the inclusions, in particular Hadley and Robinson, have been right up there in the tackle count. And when that happens and you're winning at the coalface, you can get the ball out in the open. And Carrazzo's had a role to do tonight, a defensive role on Brett Stanley's done it pretty well.
15 possessions for Carrazzo.
Yeah, no, he's at least broke even with Stanton. So in terms of a match-up, that's worked well for Carlton again.
So we're back in the middle. Warnock again decisively down to Hadley. Warnock playing his best game for the Blues. Inside the forward 50, Robinson flicks it up. Betts over the top. Waite requires a good snap, and he's got it. And you get the feeling Carlton have got it too.
Going to be hard to wind back up. I must say I've been impressed with Warnock tonight. He's actually they've had trouble getting him on the field, but his centre bounce ruck work has been good. He's very, very tall, we know that, but he's been very good, Robert Warnock.
And as Richo commented at half-time, I think Jared Waite looks more comfortable playing in the forward line. The confidence is starting to build.
Warnock there again. The first two clearances in this last quarter have been exactly the same. Hadley has been on the receiving end, so the Bombers need to make some adjustments in at the centre bounce.
The bird might have flown. Waite and Garlett with 8 between them, and away they go again. Ellard long and strong to full forward. Hurley couldn't quite. Dempsey wanting to claim it. Got back into heavy traffic. Betts, Carrazzo. Well, they've dashed away. He's kicked 2 in 2 minutes. Waite's got a 4th, and Carlton are home.
Certainly appears that way. I mean, the centre clearance has been a stat that's probably, it's been debated how important it is, but I don't think you can ever debate the importance of a centre clearance. When you get a quick one like that, Hadley's been instrumental.